Welcome back to EasySpirit 101. I've already started pulling cards here and reflecting on the message. That's partly because I keep getting interrupted with this video several times. So what we have here is a King of Pentacles, which a lot of you know that can signify strong earth placement in someone's chart, or is an earth sign, but it can also be someone who's really fixated on the material aspects of life, money, status, things, items, right? I've dubbed this guy my king of slow moving growth, is really what this is about here. And this is someone who's got kind of a flighty energy to them. They're not quite, they're slow to mature, very slow to mature. And this person gets fixated on winning a lot. It's habitual. So if this sounds like a masculine, you may know this could be for you. That would mean that, say you get in a disagreement with this person, and even if you're right or whatever, the idea is, how can they get the upper hand in this moment to have won this situation, that they've somehow kind of become overbearing over whatever it is. It's not even going to matter what you say or do or who's wrong or right. They're going to be right. They are going to win. And because of this, I see a feminine here, which, by the way, you may or may not be have children previously to, or children with this person. But this situation has caused this person, you've been going through a period of rest because the stuff you've been going through with this person was so brutal. The image on this card here, this dog or this animal has just been through it. He's really been through it. If this is for you, I feel for you. I definitely feel for you. Hang in there. Keep resting. What's interesting is there is a new beginning in love here with someone who's very loyal, very wise. I see a lot of friendship, a lot of happiness, playfulness, celebration, and there is stability with this person. There is stability here. And honestly, the funny thing about the stability I see here is it's sitting right next to a Seven of Pentacles, which is typically about being patient with investments you've made. Yeah, it's kind of like a farmer who has done all the work and now he's just waiting for his harvest to get just right to go ahead and pick it off the tree. And then there's a kind of a side message here that's interesting about kind of two people from two very different tribes that basically learn to accept one another's differences and kind of cook dinner over the same fire. And that's interesting because this could be related to this King of Slow Growth here. The funny thing about this guy that moves so slow is it's look how big this guy is. He is huge. He's like growing but not growing. There's something to that. somehow this situation reaches its head. And in my completion, my world card, there's an expression of abundance, friendship, and love. The world card here is very different, okay? And you know, that's kind of an expression of a really happy and complete couple. I don't see another masculine energy on the board, so it is possible that somehow it does have to do with this king of slow moving growth, who's like growing but not growing. Or maybe he is growing, but he appears on the surface that he's not growing. And part of it eventually comes in balance, okay? This justice card, this samurai, is standing on top of a yin and a yang, symbolizing balance coming into this situation. I know a lot of us tarot readers are getting more cautious about throwing around the term twin flame, because there's a lot more to it than you realize. And honestly, I've channeled with my own guides before. Twin flame is a man-made term, okay? It represents a journey of spiritual growth that was decided on before you got here. But a twin flame it's a man-made term, okay? This is really would just be a spiritual union, and it can take many shapes and forms. So what we have here is typically a Two of Swords, is kind of an indecisive place. But in this particular, on this particular card, I have someone who's kind of overcome their fears. She's out there in the dark. There's something burning beneath her. There's a scary monster in the background, and she's unfazed, and she's holding her power. So that's important here. Somehow this fearlessness and this powerful position that you are in and that you stay in brings in a victory after this time of just absolute, you know, like a battle, a war zone. And we do have the wheel here. That's further confirmation of like whatever was going on is about to go in the other direction. Yeah, there's a victory coming in here. Let me see what else. Yeah, timeout. Someone here is currently in the middle of this rest, taking a timeout, trying to recover from battle wounds. Love partnership. Remember what I said? Love partnership came out next to financial discipline. It could be that some of these battles that have been going on are related to the fact that this person has like an immature quality to them, and it can also relate into how they handle their finances. There's a lesson here about practicing self-love, which is probably related to this woman here that I've seen move away from this situation where someone was always battling and trying to win. When you take good care of yourself, you're not going to hang in that battle so long that it takes you down before you go into recovery rest mode, right? Like, you shut it down before it even starts. You don't accept it to begin with. So focusing on that self-love is going to bring in more domestic harmony. Focus on your environment as well. That's another form of practicing self-love. What is going on in your environment? Self-love is all about taking care of you, taking care of your space. All about energy. You want to have good, clean energy inside and out. Yeah, there is a change, a new beginning at hand, obviously. These are two people who are currently in separation. But I've got a new beginning out twice now, because you both are manifesting one another. Pay attention to any messages you might receive about this person. Whoever is watching, whether it's feminine, masculine. Pay attention for dreams about this giant turtle here with their slow-moving growth. You know who they are, if that's for you. There's a lot of back and forth energy going on. This is a divine connection with unique circumstances. Reason being, because that's what you needed both to get the growth that you need. Put that there. Advice here is to accept what has happened in this situation, but also please stay hopeful. Both partners are aware of the potential of what this relationship is or should and could be. But there's a lot of fear going on. There's a lot of fear going on. If we could stop, the fear is actually directly related to the back and forth energy. Both parties are having their own like the feminine here is fearing about certain aspects with this person, as well as this masculine. This also has fears surrounding this feminine. There is growth at hand, though. The person who is less awake, or seemingly less awake to this spiritual connection, is more awake than you would think they are. They are having to do some growth right now. Please understand that what's happening right now needed to happen. It needed to happen for both of you. Yeah. Try and be in a place of accepting what has happened here, and oddly enough, try and be more hopeful about this too. If you've given up hope, all is not lost, apparently. And both partners need to work on forgiving for different reasons. I'm hearing part of their growth is they have a karmic situation with a family member that they need to learn to forgive. It's blocking them from bringing healthy, stable interaction in this relationship. So they need to overcome that. And meanwhile, the person who got hurt in the initial relationship here needs to work on forgiving this person, because, you know, it's one of those things of something's going on that caused them to act that way. So holding on to anger and resentment is not going to make forward progress. Basically hearing that you need to be patient with them while they wrap up a karmic cycle where they're having to learn to forgive something and open up to love. Yeah, that's funny. We have manifestation out earlier. I am manifesting you. Manifestation. Yeah, please be patient with me. Stay grounded, okay? Whoever this is, the more you can avoid spending time up in your head about what's going on here, the better. I said avoid, right? The more you can avoid getting lost in your head about this connection, the better. Yeah, this person wants to have this family with you. I don't know if the child here, even if it's not, either you have a child together and they want their family unit with you, or yeah, yes, it is what you think it is. Yeah, but this person needs some time. As hard or confusing as it seems, they need to slow down. They need this situation to slow down, because they're having to, they're not ready yet. They're not ready for what they're not ready for the direction this relationship is moving in, because they have a karmic situation with a family member that needs to be healed. So please be patient. and accept the situation as it is, and try and just keep your hope going in the back of your mind, but focus on you and focus on your self-love right now. That's the best thing for this situation.